Hey everyone, welcome to the Always a Saxon podcast. I'm jumping in on the front end of this interview with JoyAnna just to thank you all for an incredible year. This will be our last episode for this school year as we head off into summer break. We're going to take a pause from our alumni spotlights. We'll hit it full plans next school year with a lot of great ideas and ways to celebrate our graduates. But for this last one, just wanted to give a special shout out to JoyAnna Forsythe and especially to the Saxon Success Fund, Saucetown Properties, to the Clippian, to Tara Romine, our admin team, our counseling team, for supporting this year's endeavors as we celebrate and amplify the stories of our Saxon graduates and connect them to our current students. So thanks everybody who's tuned in throughout the school year. Thanks everybody who's tuning in for the first time. My hope is that you'd go back and look at and listen to all the different spotlights that we've done. Some amazing stories this year. It's really been an amazing opportunity for me professionally and personally to connect with those stories and to be able to share them out. It's such an honor to serve here at South as a counselor. Such an honor to know everyone that I've been able to feature. We've been able to feature this year, and just really appreciate you all. Thanks so much. Go Saxons. Here's JoyAnna.
My name is JoyAnna Forsythe, class of 1995.
0, 1, 2, 3. Let's get started.
Today we are joined by 1995 graduate JoyAnna Forsythe. JoyAnna's Saxon years were filled with Colorguard, choir, drama, Avatar magazine, and so much more. She loved Friday night football games and finding her place and voice in this world during her time here at South High. And after graduation, JoyAnna attended Gonzaga University in Spokane, and she was the first to graduate from college in both her close and extended family. She studied abroad at the University of London during that time and returned back to South as a teacher shortly after. JoyAnna's a Saxon through and through and is often on the short list as the go-to person for any huge initiative our school has, including her spearheading and developing our LINK student leadership program, and most recently as our IB coordinator for the brand new middle years program. JoyAnna is a Crystal Apple Award winner, a mother of 2, and has been married to her husband, Chris, shout out to him, for 23 years. JoyAnna, welcome to your time in the spotlight. We are recording this just a day away from the official start to summer break. Tell us what you are looking forward to most as you walk out of this place for the last time in this school year.
Yeah, thanks, Ryan. It's great. It's so much fun doing this. Thanks for asking. Oh, man. I mean, I love teaching. I really do. And I look forward to coming back every fall. And we all need our break, for sure. So this summer, I think it's going to be about just relaxation and just rest. So we've been really, really busy as a family the last couple summers. And I think as I get older, I've been realizing the last couple of years, like the less I plan, the more freedom I have to do whatever. And so this summer is going to be about getting up and just whatever. Not having a plan means doing what I want to do, which sounds amazing. So that is my first agenda item, is just we'll see what the day leads to. So that'll be good.
That sounds like an amazing summer, full of a lot of nothing and a lot of no commitments, and it's
not much.
Calendar free.
Yeah.
Lots of time with family too.
Yes, lots of family time. I'm taking a pottery class for the first time in like 25 years.
Yes.
Which I used to be really into pottery, and I think it's been like 25 years. And then I told a couple of retired English teachers from South and said they're joining me, so it'll be really fun.
That would be so great.
Yeah,
ambition to teach a pottery class here, sculpture class,
I would
anything?
love that. Yeah, nice. I mean, I think the art teachers here would love that. So yeah,
yes.
It's just kind of, doing some things for me this year. My kids are getting older and they have so many of their own things going on. And so it just feels like the time is right for that.
It's wonderful. You are known in all the good ways for your presence here as a teacher, as a colleague, as a friend. What does that term presence mean to you?
I think that is something that I strive for. I don't ever want to just go through motions because it's easy to do that, right? I think that there have been so many people in my life who have been truly present. It means seeing people, right? Recognizing them and being real, in who you are with people. So it's connecting really is being present.
It seems so authentic to come so naturally to you. Where does that come from? Is that something you were born with? Something that you saw in somebody else and said, I want that?
Gosh, I didn't expect to get this deep so fast, Marshall. I thought it was going to be like hobbies and things like that.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
I have an incredible mom, and I think that my childhood was a big part of that. And God has given me so many incredible people along my path that have just been total gifts. And so it's lovely to have, surface level people come and go, but I really treasure and hang on to those lifelong relationships. And, kids come and go in this building, but I only have them for so long, but I really want to be present and authentic. And that's the time I have them for. And so why would I be anything else? And so authentic is something that I strive to be all the time. And it may not always be pretty, but it's who I am.
Yeah, it's a wonderful gift to so many who know you and know, certainly from a counseling perspective, the students who come in and speak so highly of you and having you as their teacher. You also serve as an instructional mentor. What are you hoping that those students experience in your classroom? What are you hoping the teachers that you're working with and partnering with, what do you hope their experience is?
Yeah, wow. For the students, I want them to feel connected. I think that is a strong word that I thought about going into this interview. That is something that I took a while to figure out here at South. Where do I belong? How am I connected? And that can take a while, and, kids can walk out of here not feeling connected. And our community is so special. I want kids to have a piece of that. And so whatever I can do to connect with kids, and it's hard. I mean, some kids are really hard to connect with, but just trying to see them, just recognizing them and taking a minute to say, wow, I just had an incredible moment with a kid last week, freshman boy, that has been hard to get to know all year. And he just wrote this incredible poem that brought tears to my eyes. And so I had a moment with him in the hallway and just said, wow, you're a poet. You're amazing. And I thank you for being willing to share that with me. So I think just like acknowledging those moments rather than just giving it a grade and moving on. So with students, it's about seeing them, and taking those moments to connect with them. With staff, it's the same thing. It's just a different kind of feeling maybe, or a bigger scale, right? It's not just the classroom, it's the building and the community. Yeah, I always, in Link, very similar sort of experience was about connecting the freshmen and sometimes connecting juniors and seniors and helping them feel like, they are making a difference in this building. So I care a lot about this community. I've always told students that if someone came and knocked on the door and said, hey, we need you to transfer to X, it doesn't matter what X is, I'd be like, see you at Starbucks. And it's not that I have any beefs with any of the other schools. I can't imagine being anywhere else than here.
Yeah, talk about your years here as a student. What were those 4 years like for you? What are your memories that stick with you?
Yeah, a lot of good for sure. I mean, a lot of good, but a lot of rough too. And I think that has helped me be the teacher that I am. I've never I remember having teachers in high school that would say, this is the best time of your life. And I thought, really? That's kind of sad. This is the best time of my life? That's it? Or maybe this isn't so great. And so it took me a while to figure out my place here. I came in not knowing a lot of kids. I would have really benefited from Link. I would have really benefited from Avid. We didn't have those programs. And so I think about that. And I'm so grateful that we have programs now like that. I was pretty lost freshman year, and just, the gift of really teachers along the way. Pam Castile, who became Pam Johnson sophomore year, was just a phenomenal teacher, English teacher. And I remember very, very distinctly the day that she took me aside and she just said, "You're special." And I was like, what? I am? And she said, "You are." And just little moments like that were just life-changing. So yeah, a lot of good for sure. I mean, football games, great memory, and choir, but a lot of time just trying to where do I fit in here? And a lot of just figuring out who I was, and not necessarily having, that sort of sense of like, oh, this is what I do, or this is how much I should get involved with, and not a lot of confidence. And so like when I think back to, gosh, I got into one musical freshman year, had a blast. And then sophomore year, I tried out for something, didn't get in. And I thought, okay, well, I guess this means I'm not supposed to do this. Like, right, I didn't have that sort of awareness of that's okay. That's part of the journey. And so I think we do a much better job these days as educators and as a building to like telling kids like, that's okay. That's part of your growth is there's going to be no's and there's going to be ups and downs, and that's okay. That's part of it. So yeah, overall, a really good experience. I did find my path, find my people. It was really, yeah. And I'm really proud of that. And I feel like I pretty much did that on my own. And yeah. So overall, very good. And yeah, when I look at that, I'm just like, how did I maneuver through that? I didn't really have guidance on college. There was kind of this thought at home that yes, you would go to college, but no idea really how that was going to happen. Single parent mom, 4 kids and no help. And of course, and so just the idea of going to Gonzaga University, holy cow, it's just sort of scrabbling through that and trying to make it work.
Yeah. Yeah, and let's set the record straight. It's Gonzaga, not Gonzaga.
That's right. Yeah, go Zags.
Go Zags. Yes, well, Spokane is a wonderful place in and of itself. What were your years at GU like?
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. That's really where I took off. Yeah, just incredible. Just so many blessings there, so many incredible professors. Met my best friend, Mary Kate. From Colorado, we're still in touch, talk all the time, get together as much as we can, and just incredible experiences. And I really I threw myself into everything and just took off. And I knew that I was going to be a teacher. I knew actually in first grade that I wanted to be a teacher. Yeah.
Was there a moment someone said something to you, or did you see something happen?
Yeah. I had I had so many teachers along the way that were just inspirational. I had a kindergarten teacher named Sister Kathleen Hearn, who was a nun, obviously, and we're still friends. We get together, and so in first grade, I had a little project where I was supposed to write down what I wanted to be when I grew up, and I wrote down that I wanted to be a teacher and a noun, but I meant nun. So my mom kept it because she's like, well, perfect. You're an English teacher. So yeah, and then there were several others along the path. So I knew going to Gonzaga, like, okay, I'm gonna be a teacher. And I knew that I loved, language arts. And so going to London was just part of the package. And that was an incredible experience that really opened my perspective to just outside of myself, and really stretched me and helped me to just get outside of kind of what I had come from and who I was and see the world in a different way. So just some incredible experiences there.
Yeah, I'm so envious, having been someone who was in Spokane for college too, not at GU, but at Whitworth, and looking back going, I wish I would have studied abroad. My partner, my wife, also did a semester abroad too, and so I'm curious for you in that experience, not only are you the first to graduate from college, but I imagine that within that is you're the first to go study abroad and define college from an international perspective. Where did that courage come from? Where did that desire, that motivation as well?
Yeah, great question. I think it was it was really those last couple of years at South of finding my courage and finding my voice and finding, I had have always had this incredible mom who believed in me, but having those other voices that believed in me. I have a really incredible father figure in my life, Rich, and he still in my life very much. And now he's a retired professor from Willamette, so English professor, and he really encouraged me to do that and to go abroad. And just I think that the power of going outside of your own perspective, your own country. It's a great question. I'd have to really think about that some more. I don't know. I was the first that initiated it with friends. And when I remember going to English class and telling Mary Kate, the best friend from college that I had met freshman year, and she was so shocked. And she went and told her mom, and her mom said, well, why aren't you? And the next day she came back to our dorm and she said, I'm going with you. And so we had this amazing experience together. And I'm still in touch with my home family that we lived with. And it was life-changing, right? It's kind of cliche, but it was amazing.
Yeah, that's remarkable. What an incredible experience. And then you graduate, and is it straight into teaching? Did you have to get any more credentials at that point?
Yeah, great question. So I worked through high school and college, and senior year of college, I was working in the dean's office, dean of education, and Corrine McGuigan was her name, and she really liked me and pulled me aside and said, I could hire you for the next 2 years and you can get your master's for free. And that was a pretty cool opportunity. And was a tough one. That was a crossroads for me. And I thought about that, and I enjoyed Spokane, but there wasn't much of a pull for me to stay there. And I just had mixed feelings. I didn't really want a master's in education. I wanted to stick to English. And part of that was the influence from my father figure, Rich, who, he was like, stick with English literature. That's what you love. And so I just felt like I needed to go home and regroup. And it was important for me to go away, but also I just always felt like I would come back. And so I came back and just to regroup, and then I met Chris, my husband, and I was like, okay, this is happening. It's funny how it's like, you have your own plans, and God's like, just kidding. And so, so from that point, I was like, okay, now I need to get a job, right? Because I've got this pretty serious boyfriend. And so I subbed a little bit. I student taught in the fall. I had a very serious, Gonzaga wanted the whole entire semester. No job, just, full-time August to January student teaching, which was great. I mean, I had that whole wonderful experience. Came back, subbed a little bit, got a full, I think it was maybe like a 12-week position at Silverton High School. That was fun. And then I was like, I got to get a job for the fall. What am I going to do? And at the time, Brian Putnam, is that right? Yeah, Putnam he was department chair, and he had been my English teacher, and he was the drama teacher here at South, and just a great guy. And he had seen my name on the manifest or whatever. And I think kind of went back to that confidence I felt again, like kind of that insecure freshman maybe. And I just thought, I've only been gone for 4.5 years. Might be kind of weird to go back to South. Hasn't been enough time. Have I really done the things? And so anyway, I applied to a job at McNary, didn't get it, and just kind of sat there for a little bit trying to figure out things. And he reached out to me, and he was like, I know you're out there. You need to come in and try out for this. So I did come in and got the job and started in the fall. So yeah, I'm so grateful. And it's just been the best. I mean, I'm so grateful for how that all worked out.
Yeah, we are too, certainly having seen the fruits of that decision all these years later. How many years is it now at South?
This is the end of my 25th.
Okay.
Yeah, all South.
Congratulations.
So, yeah, it's been wonderful. Yeah. Really, honestly, every bit of it. So, I mean, there's been highs and lows like anything, but such a great career. I mean, so hard work, I love how Tara talks about hard work, the teaching is hard work, but just rewarding, so rewarding, and just to be part of this community. And it's been incredible. I wouldn't trade it for anything.
It's a special place.
Okay, so I'm struck, honestly, by just this presence that you describe yourself as in high school, and even the apprehension you had about yourself going to study abroad. And then fast forwarding to the version I know of is you're the point person. You are who our leaders go to. And when a leader goes to someone, that tells me that you have gained respect and admiration from all who know you. So I'm curious, how do we get to that version of yourself?
Thank you. Those are really kind words. I mean, even hearing you say that, I still, I don't always feel like I'm a leader all the time. You know what I mean? Like I think that the leader that I've tried to be is somebody that walks on the side of people. And I think that like the people that I have respected along the journey have done that. And so, yeah, I think I know in my heart, it's been the people who have just, again, God has given me incredible people. I mean, all the way back to my kindergarten teacher, my mom, I mean, just amazing people all along the way at the right times. And not to go super personal, but like when my dad left in second grade, and I had the only male teacher I had in elementary school, and he was phenomenal. I mean, and we weren't touched for years. And the right people at the right time. Liz Callahan, I had senior year, so shout out to Liz. And we're still friends. We get together, the old English department, we get together every year and go on retreat, go to the beach and have a great time. And Liz was phenomenal. And even when I started here in my first year, I thought, I don't know if I can really do this. I had a hysterical moment with Ken Jacobson, who taught pottery here forever. The story is totally worth telling. I'd taken pottery sophomore, junior, and senior year. And this August that I had been hired, I happened to be walking through the basement for whatever reason, and I ran into him, and he went, JoyAnna. He said, how are you? And I said, I'm great, Ken. Or I was trying not to say Mr. Jacobson. I said, I'm great. I'm doing great. Thanks. It's so good to see you. And he goes, senior this year? And I looked at him and I said, no, Mr. Jacobson, I just got hired. And he went, oh God, I'm so sorry. And then he was like, I need to retire. And he was all embarrassed. And I was like, no, it's okay. And I left him and I thought, I can't do this. It brought back all those insecurities. And a couple of weeks later, Liz, I had taken for college writing senior year, she was getting ready to was going through some things. Maybe it was even that first startup week, and she was cleaning up her room and she had a file of like exemplar papers. And she said, oh, look what I found. And it was a paper that I had written as a senior.
Kidding.
And I thought, okay, maybe I can do this, right? So it was like those moments that the people that come along the way that are, if you're paying attention, that tell you, this is where you're supposed to be and this is who you're meant to be and keep doing the things. And this is good and right. Yeah.
What a gift.
Totally. All gift. Gifts now. All along the way. Still gifts.
Right.
All over the place.
Well, it's a perfect segue into our 4 big questions today. And as always, these are brought to us by the Saxon Success Fund. If anyone is interested in hearing more about the initiatives that they take on, including all the scholarships, over $60,000 in scholarships provided to our graduating class of 2025 this year. Just heard that number. And it's remarkable, the work that they're doing. So if anyone listening today that would like more information or would like an opportunity to get involved and help students find that passion, that purpose, their voice, their direction, Saxon Success Fund is a wonderful place to do so. So these 4 big questions, JoyAnna. And question 1, we've talked a lot about it, but I'm curious if there is anyone else, knowing who you are today, the positions you're in, the projects you've got going on, who would you point to that's helped you get to this point?
Yeah, I've thrown quite a few names out. My mom for sure, Rich, several teachers along the path. Kim Miller was a mentor, when I first started at South for sure. Just so many people. Laura Tiffin was one of the first that said, you realize you're a leader. And I was like, wait, what? No, I'm not. I have leaders around me. And she said, no, you're a leader. And I think that she was gifted at that, like seeing leader potential in others. So yeah, those are the names that come to mind right away, but just others in softer ways. Dottie Connect, from the very beginning was like, I know you're special and you're doing great things. Like from the beginning. And I was like, you don't even know me. And she was like, I do know you. So just, Michelle Howard, just Annie, just so many people who have just been incredible gifts. Yeah.
All wonderful humans. And I think it speaks to, what struck me as I'm listening to you is it speaks to your relationship with others and your genuine ability to connect and connect well, and that then gives you the voice and gives you the opportunity that you're someone that we are going to listen to because of the person you are and how you conduct yourself just with such integrity and such passion and purpose. That alone puts you into that leadership role because of the way you lead your life. So if you could give yourself, to question 2, if you could give yourself the version of yourself from high school, one piece of advice, what would you tell young JoyAnna Forsythe?
Oh boy. Yeah. Be unabashedly you. And the you that you are is good enough. Yeah. And it's okay. Like, you're going to figure it out and it's going to be good.
Question 3, what's one thing you've learned since graduation that you wish you would have known in high school?
Yeah, I think, that's a really good one. That one's harder for me. I think I've learned not to be so hard on myself. Growing up, like my report card comments were always very conscientious, right? Like and there are moments where that flares up in my life where I'm like, oh, when I overthink things and I've gotten better about just letting things go. Like, oh, well, and it's not a carelessness. It's just I'm not going to dwell on that and we're going to move past that. And so I think an older, wiser JoyAnna would just say, that's okay. We learned from that, or that was a colossal mistake and all right, next chapter, right? It's not that big of a thing in the end.
Question 4, if you could transform South Salem High School or public education, we can even go that big. Yeah. If you could change one thing through the lens which you've lived a South life as a student and now as a staff member, what would you transform? What would you change? What would you adjust?
It's huge. I could answer that in so many different ways, right? On a staff level, on a universal level. My hope, and I can go back to myself as a kid. My hope as a teacher, leadership roles, whatever. My hope is that kids, it may not happen right away, right, as freshmen or whatever, but that they are seen and recognized by at least one person in their journey here, for who they really are authentically, that they are recognized, and that someone is present, to go back to your word, to them. That'd be my hope if I had a magic wand.
What makes South Salem High School so special?
Oh man, a lot. I mean, community is the quick response. It's the people, through hard times, which of course there have been here. That is why I've stayed. It's the people. And the people who are part of this community care so much. And I love that. I mean, I just can't imagine having spent my career anywhere else. And I think about that, like, what if I had gotten the job at McNary? And maybe I'd be saying the same thing about McNary. I don't know. But I don't know. I mean, South is just so special. And so many people say that all the time, but it's true. And I honestly believe that even if I hadn't been here as a kid, I'd be saying the same thing. I'm so grateful that my whole career has been here. And I really hope that the rest of my career is here. If not, you'll find me at Starbucks, or I mean, I don't know, but it's just like this is my teaching career. It's here, and it always will be. So yeah, really grateful for that.
Love that. Well, let's jump into some rapid fire questions. These ones, I promise, are a little lighter than the depth that I've been mining so far, but these ones are brought to us by Matt Cox, a 2009 graduate who owns and operates Saucetown Properties. If you would like more information, you are welcome to find him on Instagram and in his blog, all the work he's doing, especially in the real estate world. So, JoyAnna, rapid fire.
Yep.
Favorite book?
And I had Matt, by the way.
Did you?
Yeah, freshman year English. Favorite book. So one that I just have loved lately is called You're Gonna Be Okay and They Will Too. And it's about raising teens. And it's fantastic.
Okay, I'm a year away from raising a teen. So,
read it. It's beautiful.
Wonderful.
Very straightforward, wonderful.
Do you have a favorite TV show or movie?
Oh, that's hard. This is kind of nerdy, but I don't care. Right now, my husband and I, just because it's brainless, we watch British Bake Off.
Yes.
I mean, it's just great. Just turn it on and kind of zone off, and it's fun. Yeah.
Most important quality you look for in a student?
Oh, which means willingness to try, open to learning, open to feedback, just open.
Favorite spot to eat in Salem?
Right now, Frida's. Oh my gosh. Have you been?
Not yet.
So
but
good.
It took over the favorite place that was,
I agree.
Ventus. But
but no, Frida's is amazing, and it's just fun.
Okay.
So
We'll make sure to get there. The class that you used in high school that you've used most in professional life?
oh boy.
Or the class you took in high school that you've used most in professional life?
As far as inspiration from teacher or actual
I'll
curriculum?
let you define.
Boy, that's tough. I'm going to say Liz Callahan's college writing class senior year. Really powerful, really helpful. Just Liz was and is just very exactly what I needed.
Favorite place you've traveled?
Oh boy, definitely London. Yep, for sure.
Any shout outs you want to give?
Boy, I feel like I got a lot in.
You did?
I did get a lot in.
Any other Saxon graduates you would like us, or you think we should spotlight?
Oh my gosh, there's so many. Well, looking at the list the other day to kind of refreshing myself. I mean,
Right.
just gotten so many amazing people. Matt Smith, I think, would be fantastic. Tori, right, is 1 year behind me, so that would be pretty fun. I mean, there's people from my own class, but those two come to mind right away.
Yeah, two wonderful humans also on
Totally.
staff
Yep,
here.
incredible.
Yes. Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah, JoyAnna, what have I not asked that would be helpful for those listening to you to know about you? Anything else?
Fun fact, I have an incoming ninth grader this fall.
You're going to have the third
Can't
perspective
believe.
now. You'll
I
have the
know,
perspective
it's
of a
good.
parent.
Yeah,
Yes.
she's graduating from Howard Street tonight, Marley. Literally
Congratulations,
tonight.
Marley.
Yeah, so that's kind of blowing my mind. And it's fun because it's like, okay, Link, right? She gets to be part of Link orientation. And then my son, James, is just a half a click behind. He's going into 8th grade next year. So I'm really excited about that.
Will they have you as a teacher?
We're going to see what happens. Yeah, they're both open to it, which feels good. And yeah, I don't know. I hope that any kind of, I feel like whatever my hand has been on here, I feel like I've thought of them through the last, 14, 15 years. And I'm excited for that. So I'm just excited to have them around. But yeah, we'll see.
Wonderful. Well, JoyAnna, thank you so much for your time and being so generous. Thank you for being someone that we can spotlight and hold in such high regard here. Thank you for leading our staff through some incredibly hard and just shifts in education in the 10 years I've been here. I think about all the many ways that you have impacted my life professionally and personally. Thank you for that. And thank you again for your time today.
Thank you. Thanks for asking. It was a pleasure. Totally.
Well, that does it for an interview with JoyAnna, and that does it for our spotlights across the entire school year. Thank you all again for being willing to jump in and listen and celebrate our students, our graduates. We really appreciate you all. And again, we appreciate Saxon Success Fund. We appreciate Sawstown Properties, Matt Cox over there. And as always, go Saxons.